Hello, everybody. This is Francine Crawford. Thank you for tuning into my show, Autumn is Here. This week was very interesting. I had a lot of conversations with people about Alzheimer's. A lot of people were calling me, and they were talking about dementia and the changes in their parent and the changes in their loved one. And they had a lot of different questions. And it seems like, this is a subject that if it happens to you or if you see somebody going through it, then people will start questioning it. But it is something that's serious, that's more widespread than people think it is. So just wanted to let you know some things about it. It is real. It is real. It is important that people go through and follow up if they have any signs of dementia. 5.8 million people have Alzheimer's in the United States. 5.6 of them are over 65 years old. So that means there's 200,000 people under the age of 65 that may have Alzheimer's and will still have to be treated. A lot of times people don't realize when you have dementia or you're forgetting, you think it's just regular forgetting. So when you're younger, you tend not to think about it. We want people to be aware of different things that happens that you can at least be able to, ask your doctor and know as soon as possible. Now, there are different types of dementia. Dementia is like the umbrella of the memory loss and cognitive impaired thinking, and they have different types. Alzheimer's is one of the most common. Alzheimer's, you will see evidence of people forgetting short-term things that they normally do, regular activities they forget how to do. They wander sometimes. They forget where they live. They forget the most recent things. They have a hard time making sense of stuff. They repeat constantly. These are just different signs that you may see. Sometimes you may see them just staring and a blank look on their face. There are different ways that you will recognize Alzheimer's, but there are other forms of dementia. There's vascular dementia where there's a loss of blood flow and things like that. So a doctor will be able to tell you that. Lewy body, which shows up a little differently, all will have cognitive impairing of remembering things and things like that. But some of them, like Lewy body, will show up where you may not be balanced. You may have problem balancing. You may have problem solving different things, and also maybe having hallucinations. So that is also another part of it. Sometimes you have frontal temporal dementia, which can also happen. Sometimes there are times when people may have a blow to the front of the head or to the head at all, and they may start showing signs of forgetting. And if they show signs of forgetting, you should watch them and see what happens. Or if you have a blow to your head, it may not happen immediately, but it may happen. So all these things are different types of dementias that may happen, and we want you to just know about it and look into it. There are different organizations that are working on it. There is a National Institution of Health where you can find out information. Of course, the Alzheimer's Association, alz.org. There is the National Institution of Aging that you can look into and find out information from that. Department of Aging, just different organizations. So I want people to know that there is help out there. This is really, really a big issue in the United States, even though, if it doesn't happen to you, you may not recognize it, but people are working on it. Scientists are working on it. Population will increase in 2022, increase 12%. And by 2050, the population will increase 22%. And people are living longer. So they expect that more people will have Alzheimer's. People are living longer and over the age of 85. So it's very important. This is a situation that's very important, and that the states are looking into. 121,000 people died from Alzheimer's in 2019, which made it the 6th leading cause of adult death. but now it's the seventh leading. So it's pretty serious. There are scientists that are finding new medicines. There are medicines now that people are using that are approved, like Aricept or Razodine or Exelon, but there are different medicines that they're still coming out with. I think this fall they're coming out with another one. So they're still working on it. So I want people to know that there is help and people are working on it. They're also doing experimental research programs like Explore Memory Lane. If you go to explorememorylane.com, they have some research studies that they're doing, that they're working on it, that are free, that people can volunteer for if they are going through and they want to be part of the research team or part of the research analysis. There are also scientists that are people who are leaving their brain to science. If they had dementia, they're leaving their brain to science, so people the doctors can look and see if there's anything that they can find out after people have died with dementia or any Alzheimer's or any kind of memory loss, and they're finding different things out that are helping with that. So there is hope out there. There is hope out there. If you have any of these symptoms, or you think that someone around you are displaying some of these symptoms, then the first step, of course, is to go to the primary doctor. Go to your primary doctor and tell them what's going on. My suggestion is also that if you're not sure, and you're going through different things, or you see somebody who is acting different, acting strange, and you're around them all the time, write it down. Write down what they're doing. Just log it in. Log down. This is what they did on, 8/1/2022. This is what they did on 8/2. This is how their behavior changed. It may be something that are natural causes, or it may be something that is developing. And if you write it down, exactly, you can kind of pinpoint it. There might be a habit to it. So write it down and just make sure, even for yourself, write down these different things that you forgot, where you put your keys and you forget all the time, or something routine. There are things that you do routine. You forgot how to make coffee. You forgot where you put the milk in the cabinet, things like that. Those are strange things that you might want to note, that when you go to the doctor the next time, ask your primary doctor. But also you have geriatric doctors and geriatric psychiatrists that can diagnose if you have this or not, neurologists or something like that. There are tests that you can take. There are scans that they have. They have CAT scans and scans that they can have of the brain that can tell them if they have certain proteins that are deposited in there that will lead to or is causing memory loss. So they have tests that are already in place for that. So you can ask your doctor for tests. They also have tests that you can take physical tests. You can ask questions. They'll ask you questions. They'll talk about movement and motor, things like that. And this will kind of give them an estimate of possibly if you're going towards memory loss, if it's just kind of a natural thing, or if you do have some kind of dementia. But also understand that when you take these tests, or you take your loved one to take these tests, please understand that if the person is not going through dementia, because you're not always constantly present in dementia. It comes and it goes. So if they take the test and they can answer all the questions, they know the President of the United States, they know what their age is, their date is, what year it is, things like that. If they can answer those questions and they're clear, it doesn't mean that they don't have it. It just means that they're clear right now. So keep that in mind. Use your common sense when it's time, to deal with them, and to talk to a doctor when you are assessing the tests and things like that. Maybe they should take it more than once. So give the doctor a more rounded picture of them. So please make sure that you stay up on things like that. Stay up on tests. It may not show up now. It may show up later. Take them back in 6 months or something like that. Or if it increases, if you see that things are increasing. Alzheimer's is a progressive disease, and it will increase. You will see different things, and you will see some things that are just be more prevalent, that they're forgetting more, or they're in a day's more, things like that. So it is progressive, but there is help, and people are doing things about it. We also want you to just be mindful of the care that you display. If you are a caregiver, try to make sure that there are routines in your senior's life, that they're doing their repetitive things that they have, that they can get used to and they look forward to doing. So this is something to do, like schedule, make sure they're on a schedule, their eating is on a schedule, so they'll anticipate that. Keep them in a calm setting. Make sure if you take them out that they're in a calm setting, in a restaurant or in a public place. Sometimes that triggers them. The excitement may trigger them, or they may get frazzled and uncomfortable, and it'll show a flare up then. So make sure that you're aware of things. It's a lot of preparation. If you're a caregiver for somebody who has dementia, it's a lot of preparation. Try to think for the things that they need, that will make it more comfortable for you. If they have to go to the bathroom a lot or things like that, make sure that you have extra clothing, extra things that you can keep with you that will help them. Make sure that they are in a comfortable traveling setting. Sometimes, you may want to do the things that you used to do with them, and it may be great for them to go nice places, and they were travelers and they were this and that. But know that it's harder to travel with someone who has dementia. One, you have to keep your eye on them, of course. Please remember that. I remember one time we lost Mommy in the airport. Yeah, we didn't know that was dementia, but we did. So there, you have to make sure you keep your eye on them. Maybe have a traveling buddy with you, though. It would be helpful if you had a care person with you as a traveling buddy with you. You have all your stuff in order, but make sure their stuff is in order and it's all calm, and they don't have to contradict you on something. If you give the person the wrong birthday year or whatever, and they'll get frustrated and they'll answer, and they get frustrated easy. So make sure you have all the information. So if they overhear you, they're not getting upset and frustrated because you gave them the wrong answer. You gave them, they were born in July and you said June or whatever, when you're traveling. But know that it's really hard to travel with them, especially long periods of time. So if you're traveling in a car, you may be better because you can stop at any time you want. If they need something, if they need to walk and just get out of the confined setting of a car and stop at a park and just kind of walk around and give them a moment. Sometimes you have to take breaks when you go. You can't do the regular long trip like you used to do. On planes, it's different because you're at the mercy of the airline. So there are different rules, and they have to be calm. They have to be, able to participate in the instructions that the airlines give you. Go on a plane when they're supposed to go. Sit down and stay seated in their seats. Sometimes that's frustrating for them. They don't remember where they're at and they want to get up and move. And on a plane, you can't just get up and move. So please, in traveling with them, please be very careful with that. Remember these things, that it's not, you're depriving them of things. It's that you're making the better decision for them and for you. You have to make the better decision for them, even if it could be a big engagement that you want everybody to go to, your whole family to go to. Maybe they can't make it. And instead of you getting on a plane and getting stuck and they get frustrated and they get aggravated, you might want to think it through before you take that trip, even though you want them to go. Maybe Zoom them in or something like that, because it's too much to travel with them. Think about these things ahead of time. My show is about preparing for getting older, for preparing for our parents, but preparing for ourselves. And if you're a caregiver, take care of yourself also. Make sure that you call different agencies like Alzheimer's agencies will give you things about caring for group therapy and things like that will help you to be able to exchange your stories, your ideas, your questions. Sometimes people's experience can help you. They don't have to be a professional in seniors or a professional in a doctor to have the same experience you have. And maybe they've come up with a solution for it that you can share, they can share with you, and share your story, because maybe you can help somebody else. So we want caregivers to take care of themselves, especially because in this time you're sacrificing a lot, and you're sacrificing your regular routine. You're sacrificing your vacation time. You're sacrificing your downtime. And some of you are sacrificing your retirement. Some of you have just retired and now your parent needs your help and you have to take care of them. So I'm sure that may not have been your plan, but try to still take some time for yourself. There are organizations and different things. Remember that to get help. You can, of course, look into getting someone to help you during the day for housekeeping and things like that, or a home attendant and things like that. But there are also adult daycare centers that you can look up and find out if they're taking seniors and they have people with memory loss, especially if they're taking them, they understand how to deal with them. They understand sometimes they're not the same. They can be very excited and happy one moment, and the next moment they can be very docile, don't want to be involved. And some daycare centers have different places, different things that they can allow your loved one to be involved with, like exercises, like aerobics, like yoga to calm them down. They have reading time. They have rooms that they put them in separately that they can calm down and be calm, and it's dimly lit and it's relaxing with relaxing music. There are different places that have where they can get together and story time or listen to something that is familiar with them of that age bracket. So it's different things, music sessions, learning how to knit, doing art. They have so many different things that if they can go there in a day, then you have some time for yourself. Always look for things that they can have some time for yourself. Always look for a partner, whether it's a friend or another family member or a spouse. Have a partner. You need someone else to help you with caring for this person. Even a couple of hours makes a difference. A couple of hours of sleep, a couple of hours of you shopping, or a couple of hours of you planning, taking the time to plan the rest of your week. You may need that break. So ask your children, ask your spouse, ask their spouse, whoever. Make sure you don't get so lost in it that you lose yourself. We know your love will have you to continue to care for them and want to do as much as you can. Be realistic. You can only do what you can. There may come a time where you need help outside, where they may need to go to a place, assisted living or a nursing home. Please always keep that in mind, that those are options. Make sure that you're able to do that and able to let go, because sometimes the guilt is really hard. And if you know that you've done the best that you can, then you're going to look for the best place for them. And when you look for the best place for them, keep visiting, keep coming up, having other people visit, things like that. That will help you to know that they're doing well, and know that, if you could, you would do more. If you can't do more, because people's situations are different, accept that you can't. Look for the best help that you can. Take your time looking. Even if it's slow moving and your parents are not that advanced with dementia loss and you can deal with them now, still look into different places outside that will help you, that you're not so rushed if you have to. Places that you like, that are giving of what your parent is going through, that they have different classes for them, that they don't just sit them in a room with each other and that's it, that they have activities for them, that they have staffing. Please look for these things and make sure that you're able to be all right with it. You have to let go a little bit. If you're going to go to like adult daycare center, you can't have them go there and you sit with them. That's not how you get your rest and your time. That's not going to be the best beneficial. If you have looked into it, you trust that the people there are equipped and they are able to take care of your loved one in the capacity that you would like them to be taken care of. They have skills. They are trained. So you have to let them go. Don't have to sit there. You can let them go. You have your day. You do what you have to do. You go to work, whatever you have to do. And then when you're then ask questions, talk to them, ask them, how was your parent? How did they adapt to it? Just like when we have children, we take them to school, we have to leave. You cannot stay there and do the whole class and hold their hand. They're going to cry or whatever, but they'll get through it because the teachers are trained. Just like that, the teachers, not the teachers, but the people that are at the adult daycare centers and places like that and senior centers, they can help. They are trained, especially if it's a memory loss place. They are trained to take care of people that are going through that, and they have different things that they have in place for them. So you have to trust that and get your rest, because if you even if you trust somebody else to take care of them or to sit with them or to take them out, if you're still worried about it, then that's not helping you. So take the time that people are allowing you to have. So in summation, we just want you to know that Alzheimer's is real. Dementia is real. Dementia is the umbrella of all these memory loss issues that people have as they get older. That is a serious issue in the United States. 5.8 million people have it, and 200,000 of those are under 65. So it's not an age thing only. It's also with what is happening in your life and how you are moving and changing in your life. So please be aware of that. Please know that there is help. There's organizations out there that are working on different things. There are different organizations that are taking time to try to figure out different things to do with this. There is medicine. There are medicines out there, but there is no cure. Their medicines will slow down the effects of dementia, but there is no cure. But there are scientists that are still working on it, and even to going to people who have passed away, who have given their brain to science. They are really looking into different things and finding different things and creating new medicines. So we just want you to know that there is hope. Stay strong. Plenty of organizations out there. Get help for yourself or for your loved one, and just know that this is something that is real. It's not your imagination when you notice the changes in people. So often it takes so long for us to really realize that there's an issue. And that's one of the things I really want to say, because it's as soon as you get the help, the therapy or the medicines, it helps them to be able to live a little bit better and be able to give you some time to help you to adapt to your new way of life if you're going to be a caregiver for them. So please notice these things. Don't put them off. So many conversations this week about how people put them off, how people didn't recognize when their parent was doing certain things, when they were just staring into space, that there was something that was happening, when their parent did not know that they just went grocery shopping and they wanted to go out again, and they just came in from grocery shopping and they got everything. When they're constantly forgetting not only just names, but constantly forgetting the activity that they just did. So different things. Please just pay attention to that and seek the help. Seek the help. Primary doctor first. If you're not getting satisfied, or you want more questions, or it's just not specific enough, the primary doctor doesn't give you specific enough information, then geriatric doctors, geriatric psychiatrists, neurologists, they're different tests. So please make sure they take the test, and please be aware that if they take the written test and the test where they ask you questions and things like that, and action test, activity test, then you make sure that you are aware whether this person is going through the dementia stage at the time they take the test or not, because the results will be different. Okay, thank you for listening. I appreciate you listening in this program. Autumn is here for the future. We have things that are lined up. We're going to talk to people about seniors and the fraud and the things that are happening with people, or people are taking advantage of them and different things like that. We're going to talk to a dentist that is going to talk to you how important it is to care for your teeth, how important it is to care for your teeth, and how important it is to have dental checkups every 6 months, and the reason why, especially when you get older, what it could lead to. So we have those things lined up for our future shows, and I appreciate your constant support and listening to my show. Thank you again for this episode of Autumn is Here. Remember, life is changing. We're changing. Our parents are changing. And there are some things that are going to change no matter what. So it's better to be prepared and to ask the hard questions to your family and to do things that will help you to live a better quality of life as you grow older. Thank you.